What's going on, everyone? It's Ethan with Second Life Gaming. Today we're going to be going over the Warriors build. So first thing we're going to be going over is our gear that we're going to be using. So I'm going to get to the helm last because you have two options for the helm. We'll start at the bottom and move our way up. For your ring, you're going to want, now this is a multi-strike build, primarily. And that's why the helm can differ. But for your ring, you're going to want the Ring of Divine Protection. Now the Ring of Divine Protection gives you that additional strike plus 4% multi-strike chance. The Ring of the Divine does drop off of some of the world bosses, and you can get it from some chests. The cloak you're going to want to be using is the Cloak of the Eternal Watcher. This cloak drops from the World Ends boss. You have a better chance of getting this cloak if you're playing on a Ranger class. Certain items in the game have higher chances of dropping based off the class you're playing. So if you really want to farm for this cloak, make sure you're playing the Ranger class. Your Gladiator Champion leg braces are going to be the pants you're going to be wearing, and it's also because you get that additional strike and that 4% multi-strike chance. You're going to be then wanting to use the Outlaw Gloves, and they just give you that plus 90 damage. Now, both the Outlaw Gloves and the Gladiator Champion leg braces both drop off of world chests. So just going around the world and opening the chest. Now, the Outlaw Gloves is a Ranger set, so like the same as the Cloak of the Eternal Watcher, you're going to want to try and get on your Ranger. You're going to have a better drop chance of these, the whole Outlaw set. And the Gladiator Champion leg braces are the Warrior, so stay on your Warrior if you're going to try and be farming these. The Breastplate of Retribution is going to be the chest piece we're using. Now, the chest piece, it's going to be up to you, honestly. There's not really a OP chest piece for the Warrior class. I use this specific chest piece because it helps me with my health pool, because you'll see when we get to the points that all our points are going into our damage. This kind of helps give me that health back every time I'm getting a critical strike. Now you have two options for the helm. I go back and forth between them. I like using the Helm of Retribution because of the extra damage for critical strike, but you can also use the Outlaw set helm, which is the Outlaw helm, and that's going to be the same thing as it's going to drop the same way the Outlaw Gloves will. The Outlaw helm will give you a 4% multi-strike chance and an additional strike, so it's going to kind of do the same thing that the ring does. So it's going to be those bottom two right there. You're going to get additional strike and a 4% multi-strike chance put on your helm. So you can kind of go back and forth and choose which one you want. Honestly, when it comes to just straight damage out, you're probably going to want to go with the Outlaw helm. With this, I get a little bit extra health and I get a little bit extra damage. If you just want straight damage, farm for that Outlaw hood and use that. Now going over to our attributes and talents. Attributes, just put it all in strength. You don't really need any points in anything else. The Warrior is already a tanky class to begin with. If you are dying a lot, you can put some into Constitution, but I just recommend putting all your points into strength. It's nice and easy right there. For talents, that's going to be depending on what weapon you're using, but you should be using a sword. With this, so you're going to be using sword specialization. For your second perk, you're going to be wanting to use Commander. The other two perks, this is just going to give you better health, and then Eye for an Eye. Upon receiving damage, there's a 30% chance to increase your damage. I mean, you're not going to be putting out as much damage as that straight 15% increased damage. Not to mention you're going to be helping your teams around you that are also going to be getting that 15% damage. For your level 10 perk, you're going to be wanting to use Last Stand. Honestly, when it comes to level 10 perk, whatever you feel, how I use them is if I'm fighting a lot of enemies, so I'm not going against a boss, I'll use Adrenaline Rush because I'm killing a lot of enemies, so I'm getting a lot of that health pullback. If I'm just going against a boss, I'm going to use Last Stand. So if my health drops too low, I get that extra armor. For your level 15 perk, you're going to want to use Aggression. And this just reduces your warrior shout cooldowns by 25%. Determination increases your armor by 5% for every enemy range. But like I said, when you're going against bosses, you're not going to have that many enemies. You're going to have one enemy, so you're only going to get that 5% extra armor, so we're going to go with Aggression. When it comes to your level 20, you're going to be doing chain attacks. You need chain attacks on his, don't use Echo. You're going to be using chain attacks for that extra damage. After you deal 3 attacks, your next attack is going to do 50% more damage. Your level 25 perk is your most important one, and it's Empowering Love. You have to have Powering Lung. Unless you're doing some type of tank warrior build, you will always be using Powering Lung. This increases the effectiveness of your warrior shots by 50%. For your level 30 perk, you're going to be using Combo Swing because it's adding that 10% multi-strike chance. This one's going to kind of go in that same thing whether you're using bosses or multiple enemies. If you're going up against bosses, always get that Combo Swing. If you're going up against multiple enemies, you can switch to Eternal Rage, which is going to increase your melee damage dealt by 50% upon defeating an enemy. This is actually really good at going against a lot of enemies, but when you're just going against a boss, you're not going to have enough enemies to kill to actually proc this enough to do as much damage as you would if you were just using Combo Swing. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to go over the rotation for the warrior real quick on Herald, so you guys can kind of get a quick see of what's going on, and then after that we'll go over to the Light King boss, and I will fight him so you guys can see the kind of damage I'm putting out on the Light King. If you guys have any questions about the warriors build, make sure to leave them in a comment below. I am Ethan with Second Life Gaming, and thank you for watching.